That's right, folks. Welcome back. This is part 21 of the Super Mario World playthrough. So in this particular episode, we get to Bowser Land as far as those pitches can happen with it. So some good stuff here. This is about where I ended it last time, and there's just going to be some more standard antics. So the concept about this, despite the fact that usually the final world in games like these is a lot more dark and just kind of morose, this is actually not that bad. This is mostly just cave stages and pitches like that. I mean, I would say that these stages all seem like they're night-based, but it's not the usual kind of gothic horror type tone. Like when you think of Super Mario 3, that was a little bit more this kind of rugged, or that was just a little bit darker within the tone as far as those pitches can happen. This is just kind of, this really has like, I mean, this game is just very bubbly vanilla. It's just within the pitch behind it. So I just look after it. Yeah, it's just kind of the concept that the standard continued, like the label on this game talked about this just being comic mischief and that sort of pitch. So it's just kind of within the tone as far as saying that, yeah, that you really can't tell that you're at the end of the game. There's really only, like, if you were playing this just with the normal playthrough without knowing about the special world that comes after this, it's pretty much just standard continued shenanigans. But yeah, this classic here, as we start to head into the home stretch of this playthrough to some pitches like that, it's going to continue to be funny as far as that particular fair kind of happens. But I will say that these stages probably pissed me off a little bit more than I was expecting. This is kind of within the tone. It's probably not wise to tackle these stages like Small Mario like I'm doing right now. I mean, all it takes, I realize that it's kind of somewhat of a trip. Maybe not in terms of like just playing the game, but in terms of like watching the gameplay, it eats away a few seconds or a minute or two getting to like the top secret area to get some power-ups and stuff like that. But it's going to happen a lot. Just understand that concept that if I'm doing this, I'm just going to show the natural transaction of kind of getting through this particular game, and then just, yeah, there's just going to be some stages in here. Like, I want to say this is the episode where I go back and get Yoshi and some extra lives and some things like that. So it's just, that might have been the previous one, I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been since November since I played this, like the first, almost second week of December now, so I just would have to kind of say, just kind of within the tone behind it. But yeah, just once again, just some excellent type fare. It's a great concept. I want to say that this playthrough is probably going to be like a 6-hour one. Originally I thought it was only going to be like 4 hours, but I had to say probably, judging by about, 10 minutes per 21 episodes. I mean, 10 times 210 would be, 10 times 21 would be 210 minutes, which would be almost 4 hours. So maybe it's not. I mean, here I thought it was going to be a 6-hour playthrough, but I do think it's going to stretch into, I mean, obviously I'm not going to have Bowser Land defeated by the end of part 23, which is the next gameplay segment I'm going to do this month. So it's just within the tone. Just strap yourselves in. You got some more stuff. After Bowser Land is then Special Land, and then I've got some other stuff to kind of get towards with the channel. So it's just some good pitches with that. So yeah, just some standard kickbacks. If you had that leftover Taco Bell, if you paid attention to what I said in the previous episode, recommending that episode with Taco Bell and root beer, if you still have some of that left over in the fridge, yep, fire some of that up. If you got like a Taco Bell 12-pack, I don't know if they still do that. They used to when I was still having Taco Bell. They would have like a box of Taco Bell tacos that you could get 12, is either 12 tacos for $10 or 10 tacos for $12. I don't remember. I don't remember what it was. One of those two, but you get a bunch of tacos for $10, something like that, 12 of them, something that relative type fare. You get crunchy or soft tacos. Just to be able to say with that, I always, just fun fact about acid roots here or acidic roots, I always would kind of put nacho cheese on mine. I mean, they would charge like an extra 60 cents or 50 cents. It was probably like 40 cents, 50 cents per taco for the nacho cheese, but it was always worth it. Just the shredded cheese is one thing, but nacho cheese is so much better. Recommend that. This is that recipe to folks to have that infect more people. Just saying, putting some nacho cheese with like standard tacos, and not just the shredded cheese on there, but also like the nacho cheese as well. Just really brilliant. And this was the episode that you get the extra lives with the grinding, so this works for that. Definitely need it, because I think this game ends after 1 life. I don't know if it gives you 0 lives or not, but so we just get a ass load of these, just being able to say. And then of course I do die, but whatever, I have 17 of them, so that works. But I think the fair about it is when you turn off the game, I'm thinking it does. I think most Super Nintendo games going to do this, that if you lose your lives, or if you turn off the machine after you get all these lives, it doesn't matter. Even if you had 99, it would still go back to like 4 or 5 when you turn on the game again. It just tries to imply beating it in one sitting. But I kind of look after this within the tone. There's something I was going to say about that, like it's really not that easy to get lives in later games. I just would have to say I look after it like it wasn't that easy to get lives like this in, you know, future Mario games. I mean, just looking, I can't, like, I don't think, yeah, this, I mean, this is the most recent one in terms of, like, the classic kind of 80s, 90s appeal, but this being able to stay within that tone, you know, there just weren't as many grind type tactics, but it works. I mean, these are fun stages here. I was actually having fun with this. I mean, it was pissing me off, but it was just kind of in like you're kind of, you know, if you've ever gotten mad, you know, or someone's pissed you off and you're mad, but you're happy at the same time, or you're laughing, but you're still pissed off. It's kind of the situation here with this, where it's just kind of, or it's a little bit, you know, gnashing of a situation, but it's like, hey, it's kind of funny because this game is so stupid. That just kind of happens. It's not stupid like you hate it, but it's just stupid like it's just sophomoric, that sort of stuff, I'd have to say. But, you know, let's look after within the tone. So yeah, I come fully equipped with some of these types of things. Just being able to say is going to help to get through some of this, because I realize that those football dudes are just, you know, a royal pain. They really, especially when you try to tackle this as small Mario, it's just not recommended, because you cannot really annihilate them unless you have the cape. So you have to hit them 3 times, and then with small Mario, considered that he bounces all over the place, it's just not the most ideal. So, but Yoshi definitely helps. This makes it so much easier. Yeah, you can still take damage on Yoshi. It's kind of, it's not something it actively conveys. I don't know if you were to buy this game, if it would say that in like the instruction booklet, you know, if folks are even still using those, but just you can actually die while on Yoshi as small Mario. If small Mario somehow takes a hit while on Yoshi, you will die as well. I mean, obviously you can get crushed for one thing, but just if somehow an enemy hits Mario from the back while he's on Yoshi small, you can die. And the animation sequences is Yoshi will fall off the screen with Mario, so this is kind of the thing. I just don't know how many folks commonly talk about that, but it is the truth. Fun fact to just watch yourself somewhat. I mean, you may think Yoshi gives you an extra hit, but there's additional kind of cautions to take. But yeah, these guys are royal pain here. Just being able to say, we're just going to have to get towards it, just kind of within the tone. Yeah, just trying to get Yoshi back. This persnickety is just one of those situations. You cannot eat these guys either with Yoshi, so. Yeah, it just kind of happens to be the things. Like I showed this in the previous episode before those missions that I attempted. It's just kind of the concept that I wanted to say I was at like 79 in terms of how many stages I had completed. So really there would only be like another 17 from that point. I did like 3 stages in this episode. I did the castle, the Chocolate Land castle, the ghost ship, and then this stage. So I just would have to say and stuff. I might have done like another one. I think I just went back. I think this is the last one that I did, and then this chose to save. But it's just kind of the concept that you're just going to see like the sequence of just going back to the ghost house. But that's just the concept. So there's enough stages here. You can see that there's at least 5 or 6 more stages, and one of which has a secret exit. So it's just kind of the concept. So between that, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to complete Bowser Land and then fight Bowser. And then just get towards, and there is something else. There's another stage. I'll do that in the next episode. There's a little bit more to Chocolate Land. I have to do the loop, which it wants you to do to show that you have to get the secret exit. So I'm gonna have to do that as well. There is one that I didn't get to here, but so that'll happen next time. That's another thing, just to tie up some loose ends. There's a little bit more stuff. A little bit more loose ends to tie up before Bowser lands. That's another type pitch to kind of get to there. But this will be a 96 exit run. So yeah, there's going to be probably more than 27 episodes in this playthrough. It might even be 30, 31, somewhere in there. It's going to definitely be the most beefy playthrough on this channel in terms of games that I've actually beaten. I mean, obviously, if I were to do Final Fantasy VII, that's, you know, not say it like that, but you know, this kind of happens to be the tone. Yeah, just enjoy this holiday cheer. Probably the next episode you see might be past Christmas. I just appreciate the winter brush, some of that type of goodness just to be able to get kind of within the tone. Holiday mischief, some of that pandemonium, just buying gifts for folks and that sort of standard fare is kind of it's been pretty icy just within the pitch behind it. As we look after some of these types of tangents here, this is really within the tone behind it. So, kind of standard situation. I mean, I could talk about the news and things like that, but it's just, you know, there's gonna maybe in another episode, but you know, after this is gonna be Tomb Raider, and then I'm just trying to think of some other games I'd like to put on here, just being able to say. But that's the concept. So yeah, just get used to this stage. You're gonna be. This is like the simplest one to get to do the save points. This is probably gonna pop up at least a couple more times within that essence when I need to save, just because it's near the top secret area. As I say, but subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night.